There is a quiet, heavy burden that many of us carry as the years pass, a kind of internal fog or a slowing down of the spirit that we often just accept as a part of growing older. We feel it in our joints when we rise in the morning or in the sluggish way our bodies handle a simple meal, and we wonder if this is just the way it has to be. In our modern world, we are taught to look for a quick fix in a plastic bottle, a laboratory-made solution for a body that was designed by the Creator to be a temple of life. But there is an ancient wisdom, a quiet path of healing that has been whispered through the generations, long before the first pharmacy ever opened its doors. It is the gift of fermentation, a process where life creates more life, turning simple ingredients into powerful tonics that can restore what time has tried to take away. Hello, I'm David, and I'm so glad you've joined me today for a conversation about the remarkable ways God has provided for our health through the natural world. Today, we are going to explore 11 fermented drinks that have the potential to bring a sense of renewal and healing to your body. Some of them almost instantly as they begin to soothe your system. These aren't just modern trends or fancy labels you see in the health food aisle. These are traditional, time-tested elixirs that have sustained empires, healed the weary, and kept our ancestors strong through the harshest of seasons. By the time we finish our time together, you will have a clear map of how to use these gifts to support your digestion, clear your mind, and protect your heart. It is a journey back to the basics, where the simplest things often hold the greatest power. Now I want you to stay with me all the way to the end, because the very last drink we will discuss is perhaps the most powerful of them all, with a history of longevity that has baffled modern researchers for decades. Before we begin, I must remind you that I am not a doctor, but a fellow traveler on the path of wellness. Always speak with your healthcare provider before making significant changes to your routine, especially if you are managing specific health conditions. We are looking at these drinks as a way to nourish the body God gave us, using the tools He provided in the garden and the field. Let's begin this journey together, starting with a drink that has kept travelers and soldiers strong for over 1,000 years. Number 11 is a drink called Aaron, and it is a testament to the idea that the most effective solutions are often the most humble. Imagine a hot, dusty road in the ancient Middle East, where the sun is high and the body is weary. For centuries, the people of the Ottoman Empire and the nomadic tribes of Central Asia didn't reach for a sugary soda. They reached for a mixture of yogurt, water, and a pinch of salt. This is Aaron. It is a drink of the earth and the pasture. Most people in our modern Western world have never even heard of it, which is a shame because it is one of the most hydrating and gut-friendly beverages ever conceived. When you mix high-quality fermented yogurt with pure water, you are creating a delivery system for life. The yogurt contains active cultures like Lactobacillus bulgaricus, which are like tiny gardeners for the soil of your soul, or rather, your gut. These bacteria help to break down the proteins and sugars in the dairy, making them incredibly easy for your body to absorb without the bloating that many of us experience with regular milk. The addition of salt isn't just for flavor. It's a brilliant piece of ancient chemistry. As we age, our bodies need electrolytes to keep our hearts beating steadily and our muscles moving smoothly. Salt, combined with the natural potassium found in yogurt, creates a rehydration profile that is far superior to plain water. I remember a time when I was working in my own garden under a particularly unforgiving July sun, feeling that lightheadedness that comes with dehydration. I sat on my porch and had a cold glass of this simple mixture, and it felt like the life was being poured back into my veins. A study published in the Journal of Dairy Science has shown that fermented dairy drinks can significantly improve the composition of the gut microbiome in as little as 4 weeks. Just be mindful of the salt if you are watching your blood pressure. To make it, simply whisk together 1 part plain yogurt and 1 part cold water. Add a pinch of sea salt and drink it cold. Number 10 takes us to the vibrant markets of Mexico with a drink called tepache. This is a beautiful example of how nothing in God's creation is truly waste. Tepache is made from the parts of the pineapple that most people throw in the trash, the rough outer rind and the fibrous core. In the ancient traditions of Mexico, these scraps were placed in a jar with water, a bit of raw sugar, and a stick of cinnamon. After a few days of sitting on a warm counter, the wild yeasts that live naturally on the skin of the pineapple begin to transform the water into a fizzy, golden tonic. It is a drink that feels like sunshine in a glass. The magic of tepach lies in a compound called bromelain. Bromelain is an enzyme found in high concentrations in the pineapple core and skin, and it has been studied extensively for its ability to reduce inflammation and aid in the digestion of proteins. When you ferment the pineapple scraps, you are not only extracting this bromelain, but also creating a host of probiotics that work in harmony with it. The cinnamon added to the brew isn't just for that warm, comforting spice. It has been shown in various clinical studies to help regulate blood sugar levels, making this a wonderful choice for those mindful of their metabolic health. The fermentation process also produces organic acids that help to balance the pH of your stomach, which can be a godsend for those of us who suffer from occasional heartburn or indigestion. It's a reminder that beauty can come from the things we once thought were useless. A study in the Journal of Food Science highlighted how traditional fermented beverages like tepach can serve as a significant source of antioxidants. Just be careful not to let it ferment too long, or it can become quite vinegary. To enjoy it, strain the liquid after 2 or 3 days and serve it over ice. It's a refreshing way to honor the fullness of the fruit. Number 9 is a drink that has been a staple of health in South Asia for over 3,000 years, known as lassi. Long before the invention of a modern protein shake or the digestive supplement, the people of the Indus Valley knew that churning yogurt with water and spices created a functional food that could heal the gut and cool the body. Lassi is more than just a drink. It is a tradition of care. In the ancient practice of Ayurveda, lassi was used to balance the digestive fire, ensuring that the body could extract the maximum nourishment from every meal. When yogurt is fermented, the bacteria transform the milk proteins into smaller, more manageable pieces. This means that even those who find regular dairy difficult to digest often find that lassi sits perfectly well in their stomach. There is a deep biological reason for this. The fermentation process reduces the lactose content and introduces a wealth of beneficial bacteria that help to soothe the lining of the intestines. I often think of lassi as a peace offering to a troubled digestive system. Many traditional recipes call for the addition of roasted cumin, and this is where the science gets truly interesting. Cumin contains compounds that stimulate the secretion of digestive enzymes, helping your body break down fats and carbohydrates more efficiently. A study in the Middle East Journal of Digestive Diseases found that cumin can significantly reduce the symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome. When you combine this with the probiotic power of fermented dairy, you have a potent tool for gut health. For a savory version, blend yogurt with water, a pinch of salt, and a dash of roasted cumin. For a sweeter, more energizing version, use a touch of raw honey and a slice of fresh ginger. It is a simple, ancient way to bring balance back to your internal world, and it has stood the test of time for a very good reason. Number 8 is a deep burgundy tonic from Eastern Europe called beet-kvass. If you were to walk into a traditional home in Ukraine or Poland, you might find a jar of this earthy liquid sitting on a shelf, prized for its ability to cleanse the blood and support the liver. Beet-kvass is made by fermenting raw beets in a light brine of salt and water. It doesn't have the sweetness of beet juice. Instead, it has a sharp, salty, and deeply grounding flavor that tells you immediately that it is doing something good for your body. Beets are a miraculous vegetable rich in natural nitrates. These nitrates are converted by the body into nitric oxide, a molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax and widen. This process, known as vasodilation, is a key factor in maintaining healthy blood pressure and ensuring that oxygen-rich blood can reach every corner of your body, from your brain to your toes. When you ferment the beets, you are making these nitrates even more bioavailable, while also adding the benefits of lactofermentation. Beets also contain a compound called betaine, which supports the liver in its vital task of processing toxins and managing inflammation. I've spoken to many friends who started drinking a small glass of beet-kvass every morning and noticed a significant change in their energy levels and their overall sense of well-being. It's like giving your internal filtration system a gentle daily tune-up. Research published in the journal Nutrients has shown that beet supplementation can improve cardiovascular health and exercise performance. However, because it is fermented with salt, those on a strict low-sodium diet should be cautious. To make it, simply chop a few raw beets, place them in a jar with a teaspoon of sea salt and filtered water, and let it sit for about 5 days. A small glass twice a day is all you need to feel the strength of the earth working within you. Number 7 brings us to one of the oldest fermented drinks in human history, a thick, grain-based beverage called boza. Its roots go back 8,000 or 9,000 years to the ancient civilizations of Mesopotamia. It is a drink that has nourished farmers, soldiers, and families through the rise and fall of empires. Boza is made by fermenting cooked grains, usually millet, wheat, or corn, with a little bit of sugar and water. The result is a creamy, slightly tart drink that is incredibly nutrient-dense. In the Balkans and Turkey, it is often served cold with a dusting of cinnamon on top. What makes boza so special for those of us in our golden years is its unique combination of probiotics and B vitamins. During the fermentation process, the bacteria and yeast produce a range of B vitamins, including thiamine and riboflavin, which are essential for nerve health and energy metabolism. Since boza is made from whole grains, it also contains prebiotic fiber. Think of prebiotics as the food that the probiotics need to survive and thrive in your gut. It is a complete system in a single cup. I find it fascinating that our ancestors were creating these complex, functional foods long before we had microscopes to see the bacteria involved. They simply saw that those who drank boza were stronger and more resilient. The fermentation also helps to neutralize phytic acid, a compound found in grains that can interfere with the absorption of minerals like calcium and magnesium. By drinking boza, you are making the minerals in the grain more accessible to your body. A study in the Journal of Bioscience and Bioengineering highlighted the diverse microbial population found in traditional boza. It is a thick, filling drink, almost like a liquid meal, and it provides a steady source of energy without the spikes and crashes of modern sugary drinks. If you can find it or make it, it is a wonderful way to connect with a lineage of health that stretches back to the very dawn of civilization. Number 6 is a modern application of ancient wisdom, a fermented turmeric drink. We have all heard about the incredible anti-inflammatory benefits of turmeric, but there is a catch that many people don't realize. The active compound in turmeric, called curcumin, is notoriously difficult for the human body to absorb. Most of the turmeric we eat simply passes through us without ever reaching our cells. This is where the miracle of fermentation comes in. When you ferment turmeric root, the bacteria break down the tough cellular structures of the plant, pre-digesting it for you. This process transforms the curcumin into a form that is much more soluble and easily absorbed by the intestinal lining. It's like unlocking a door that was previously bolted shut. Fermented turmeric has been shown in various studies to have a much higher antioxidant activity than raw turmeric. For those of us dealing with the aches and pains of stiff joints or the lingering effects of systemic inflammation, this can be a game changer. I remember a dear friend of mine who struggled with her hands every winter, finding it difficult to even hold a knitting needle. She started incorporating a fermented turmeric tonic into her daily routine, and the change was remarkable. It wasn't an overnight miracle, but a steady, quiet easing of the discomfort. The fermentation also creates new compounds that aren't present in the raw root, adding even more layers of protection for your heart and brain. Research in the International Journal of Food Science and Technology has confirmed that fermentation significantly enhances the bioactive properties of turmeric. To make a simple version at home, you can mix grated turmeric with a bit of raw honey and a splash of an active starter like apple cider vinegar or ginger bug, and let it sit for a few days. It is a potent golden elixir that brings the anti-inflammatory power of God's creation directly to where it is needed most. Number 5 is the traditional bread kvass, a drink that has been the lifeblood of Eastern Europe for centuries. Unlike the beet kvass we discussed earlier, this version is made from rye bread. In Russia, it was once said that a house without kvass was a house without soul. It was served in hospitals, given to soldiers, and enjoyed by families at every meal. It is made by soaking toasted or stale rye bread in water and then fermenting it with a bit of yeast or a natural starter. The result is a lightly carbonated, dark drink that tastes like a cross between a fine ale and a fresh loaf of bread. The secret to its health benefits lies in the rye itself. Rye is rich in a specific type of fiber called arabinoxolin, which is a powerful prebiotic. As the bread ferments, this fiber becomes a feast for the beneficial bacteria in your colon, particularly the bifidobacteria that help to keep our immune system strong and our digestion regular. As we age, maintaining a diverse and healthy population of these bacteria becomes even more critical for our overall vitality. Traditional bread kvass is also a wonderful source of B vitamins and organic acids that help to keep the gut environment slightly acidic, which is exactly what you want to prevent the overgrowth of harmful bacteria. I've always found it beautiful that something as simple as a piece of leftover bread could be transformed into a life-giving tonic. It's a lesson in stewardship and the abundance of God's provision. A study in the European Food Research and Technology Journal noted that traditional kvass contains a variety of lactic acid bacteria that contribute to its functional properties. It is very low in alcohol, usually less than 1%, making it safe for daily enjoyment. It is a refreshing, deeply satisfying drink that reminds us that nourishment can be found in the most common of places, provided we have the patience to let nature do its work. Number 4 is a drink that has become very popular in recent years, but its history goes back thousands of years to ancient China. Kombucha. Known as the tea of immortality, kombucha is made by fermenting sweetened black or green tea with a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast, often called a SCOBY. While you can find it in almost any grocery store today, the real power lies in the traditional, raw, and unpasteurized versions. During the fermentation process, which can take anywhere from a week to a month, the SCOBY consumes the sugar and produces a complex array of organic acids, enzymes, and B vitamins. One of the most important of these is glucuronic acid. In the human body, the liver uses glucuronic acid to bind to toxins and metabolic waste products, making them water-soluble, so they can be easily flushed out of the system. This makes kombucha a powerful ally for liver health and detoxification. The tea base also provides a wealth of polyphenol and antioxidants, which are made more bioavailable through the action of the bacteria. I often tell people that drinking kombucha is like sending a cleaning crew into your body to help tidy up the cellular environment. It can provide a gentle energy boost without the jitters of coffee, and many people find that it helps to clear the brain fog that can sometimes settle in as we get older. A study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food highlighted the antioxidant and antimicrobial properties of kombucha, noting its potential to protect against oxidative stress. However, because it is quite acidic, it's best to drink it in moderation and perhaps rinse your mouth with water afterward to protect your tooth enamel. When you choose a kombucha, look for one that is low in added sugar and still contains the living cultures. It is a bright, effervescent way to support your body's natural ability to heal and renew itself. Number 3 is a more delicate relative of kombucha called June tea, often referred to as the champagne of kombucha. June is a rare and ancient fermented tea that is believed to have originated in the high mountain monasteries of Tibet. While kombucha is made with black tea and cane sugar, June is made with green tea and raw honey. This subtle shift in ingredients makes a profound difference in the nutritional profile and the flavor of the drink. Green tea is famous for its high concentration of epigallocatechin, or EGSG, a potent antioxidant that has been studied for its ability to support heart health, improve brain function, and even aid in weight management. When you combine these benefits with the natural enzymes and antimicrobial properties of raw honey, and then ferment the mixture, you create a truly extraordinary tonic. The bacteria in the June culture are specifically adapted to thrive on honey, producing a different set of organic acids and probiotics than those found in standard kombucha. The result is a lighter, smoother drink that feels incredibly clean in the body. I find that June has a particular way of lifting the spirit and providing a sense of calm, steady energy. It is a beautiful example of how the environment and the ingredients we use can shape the healing properties of our food. Because it uses honey instead of refined sugar, It also carries the trace minerals and floral essences captured by the bees. While specific clinical studies on June are fewer than those on kombucha, the combined research on green tea, honey, and fermentation suggests a powerful synergistic effect. It is a refined ancient gift that reminds us of the quiet strength found in the high, clean places of the world. If you can find a June culture, it is a joy to brew at home, filling your kitchen with the scent of green tea and wildflowers. Number 2 is perhaps the most famous of all the fermented tonics in the modern world: apple cider vinegar. While we often think of it as a salad dressing ingredient, when diluted in water, it becomes a powerful fermented drink that has been used as a folk remedy for centuries. The key to its power is the mother, that cloudy sediment you see at the bottom of the bottle, which is a collection of beneficial bacteria, enzymes, and proteins. The primary active compound in apple cider vinegar is acetic acid. This simple molecule has a remarkable effect on our metabolism, particularly when it comes to how we process carbohydrates. Many clinical studies, including one published in the Journal of Functional Foods, have shown that consuming a small amount of apple cider vinegar before a meal can significantly reduce the spike in blood sugar that typically follows. For those of us who are mindful of insulin sensitivity or simply want to avoid the mid-afternoon energy crash, this is an incredibly practical tool. It works by slowing down the rate at which food leaves the stomach and by interfering with the enzymes that break down starches into sugar. It's like putting a governor on an engine, ensuring that the fuel is delivered steadily rather than all at once. I've made it a habit to have a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in a large glass of water before my largest meal of the day, and I've noticed a real difference in how I feel afterward. Less bloated, more alert, and more satisfied. It can also help to improve the absorption of minerals from the other foods you are eating. Just remember to always dilute it, as the acidity is too strong to be taken straight. It is a humble, inexpensive, and scientifically backed way to support your metabolic health and keep your body systems running smoothly. It is a reminder that sometimes the old ways are the best ways, and that the simple apple can be transformed into a potent medicine. Finally, we reach number 1, the drink that stands at the very pinnacle of fermented health: kefir. If there is one drink that could be said to offer a complete healing experience for the body, it is this. Kefir is a fermented milk drink made with kefir grains, which are actually a complex community of bacteria and yeast held together in a protein and polysaccharide matrix. These grains have been passed down for over 1,000 years, originating in the Caucasus Mountains, a region famous for the incredible longevity of its people. What sets kefir apart from yogurt or any other fermented drink is the sheer diversity of its microbial life. While a high-quality yogurt might have 5 or 6 strains of beneficial bacteria, a traditional kefir can contain over 50 different strains of bacteria and yeast. This diversity is crucial because each strain plays a different role in our internal ecosystem. Some help to synthesize vitamins, others protect the lining of the gut, and some even communicate with our immune system to help it respond more effectively to threats. Kefir also contains a unique polysaccharide called kefrin, which has been studied for its anti-inflammatory and wound-healing properties. The research on kefir is truly staggering. Studies have shown it can improve bone density, reduce allergy symptoms, and even have a positive impact on mood and anxiety through the gut-brain axis. I often think of kefir as a living community of helpers that we invite into our bodies to restore order and vitality. Because the fermentation process is so thorough, the lactose in the milk is almost entirely consumed, making it accessible even to those who are normally dairy sensitive. A study in the journal Frontiers in Microbiology described kefir as one of the most potent natural probiotics available to us. It is easy to make at home with just milk and a few grains, and a single cup a day can provide a foundation of health that is difficult to find anywhere else. It is the ultimate gift of fermentation, a legacy of life and longevity that has been preserved for us through the centuries. Think of these 11 drinks as a rhythmic list of blessings for your body. From the hydrating salt of Aran to the enzyme-rich rind of Tepach, from the digestive peace of lassi to the blood-cleansing depth of beet kvass, from the ancient nourishment of boza to the golden anti-inflammatory power of fermented turmeric. Remember the prebiotic strength of bread kvass and the liver-supporting clarity of kombucha. Do not forget the delicate antioxidant-rich grace of June tea, the metabolic balance provided by apple cider vinegar, and finally, the unmatched microbial diversity and longevity found in a simple cup of kefir. Each one is a thread in a tapestry of health, a way to weave the wisdom of the past into the reality of your daily life. These are not just drinks. They are invitations to participate in the natural cycles of life and renewal that the Creator set in motion from the beginning. They remind us that healing is not always found in a laboratory, but often in the slow, quiet transformation of simple ingredients by the invisible hand of nature. When we choose to nourish ourselves with these living tonics, we are honoring the temple we have been given and making a conscious choice to walk in strength and vitality. True healing is rarely a sudden event. It is more often a slow, daily process of nourishment and care. It is the result of small, consistent choices that add up over time to create a body that is resilient and a spirit that is bright. In our fast-paced world, we have often forgotten the value of things that take time to grow and ferment. But as we return to these ancient ways, we find that the wisdom of our ancestors was not based on superstition, but on a deep, lived understanding of how the body interacts with the world. These fermented drinks are a bridge back to that understanding, a way to reclaim our health using the very tools that have sustained humanity for millennia. As you begin to incorporate these into your life, do so with a spirit of gratitude and patience. Listen to your body, notice the subtle shifts in your energy and digestion, and give yourself the grace to find what works best for you. We are all unique, and the path to wellness is a personal journey, but it is one that we do not have to walk alone. I encourage you to pick just one of these drinks to start with this week. Perhaps it's a simple glass of apple cider vinegar in water before dinner, or a cold Aran on a warm afternoon. I would love to hear about your experiences, so please leave a comment below and share which one you're going to try first, or if you have a traditional fermented drink from your own heritage that we didn't mention today. If this conversation has been a blessing to you, I hope you'll consider subscribing and sharing this video with a friend who might also be looking for a more natural path to health. It is a joy to share this journey with you, and I look forward to our next conversation. Until then, may you be filled with a peace that surpasses all understanding, and may your body be a vibrant reflection of the life and health that God intends for you. Go in grace, stay strong in your faith, and nourish the life you have been given with the wonderful gifts of the earth. Goodbye for now, and God bless you.